This is a brief pain care yoga practice to help you find courage, joy, and power in your body and in your movement. We won't be targeting any specific pain condition. Rather, we will be targeting pain itself through movement, through breath, and through mindfulness. All of these movements are designed to both challenge you, but also to help you work in a way where you still feel safe and comfortable. So to begin your practice, I'm going to have you lay down on your back. Some people like to rest their head on a blanket, and that's okay with me, or you could even find a pillow if you'd like. So go ahead and just come down onto your back and have your 2 feet flat on the floor. Let your arms just rest in a comfortable position. For some people, that's arms out to the sides, and for other people, that's just hands resting on the body. And we'll start by just becoming aware of the fact that you are indeed breathing. There's no wrong way to breathe, so however you're breathing, it's just fine. Just notice that you are breathing. Notice any sensations associated with your breath, maybe expansion, collapse. Feelings of stretch, pressure, fullness. And start to lengthen out the inhales and the exhales a little bit. Just a little bit, finding a nice soft breath. A nice smooth breath. And the next time you breathe in, reach your right hand up to the ceiling. And when you breathe out, bring your right hand back down to the floor, right beside you. Breathe in, reach your right hand up to the ceiling and maybe a little further, reaching toward the back of the room. And on the exhale, bring your right hand back down to your side and maybe feel how your ribs drop. Inhale as your right arm reaches up, and over any amount, feel that widening, that stretching of the ribs. And exhale, bring the arm back down to your side. Now, I know for some of us, reaching the arm overhead is not the most comfortable, so you have my permission to make this right for you. Maybe your arm doesn't go so far, or maybe you just try something a little different. Maybe you'll turn your hand a different way. Maybe you'll try moving your ribs more or less. 2 more. And see if you can fit the breath to the full expanse of the movement. So don't stop exhaling until your hand reaches the floor. And don't stop inhaling until your arm reaches its furthest position for you today. Now I'm going to add on a little bit. So the next time your right arm reaches over, slide your left heel toward the front of the mat. And on your exhale, bring the left heel back towards your butt and your right arm back down to your side. Now let's notice the sensations that occur as you move. Stretch, activation, pull. 2 more. Move in a way that feels safe for you, but it allows you to stretch out your courage a little bit. Okay, last time. Reaching the arm and the leg apart, and then on the exhale, coming back to that starting position and hold. And then let's just hug this left knee into the chest. Let's give it a snuggle. It might feel good for you to rock a little side to side. And see if you can't keep that breath nice and smooth, a little longer, a little softer. And then you'll bring that left foot back down to the floor again, arms by your sides. And on your inhale, let's take the left arm up and over. Any amount. And on the exhale, the arm comes down, and feel how those ribs drop and knit a little bit on the out breath. And feel how the ribs begin to expand and stretch as the arm reaches over. And exhale and come down. And what about the muscles of the chest on that left side? As you reach over on your inhale, do you feel that little stretch from the center of your chest to your shoulder? And the exhale is the same tissues, but activating. And maybe you don't have a lot of stretch, I don't. But a big part of yoga is becoming a little bit more tuned to subtle sensations. Yeah? A full kaleidoscope of opportunities to feel. And the next time your left arm reaches over, slide your right heel out to the front of your mat. And when the left arm returns to your side, your right heel slides back close to your butt. Let's do a few more. Inhaling. Now you feel that distance between the left side of your shoulder, or your left shoulder and your right hip, and then you feel them draw back together, knit together, integrated once again. Let's do 2 more. I find that it's easier for me to slide my heel away if I tilt a little bit to the right. Last one. And just hold for a moment. With your foot flat and your arm resting by your side, just notice what got stirred up. What echoes from that movement still remain in the body. And I'll have you draw your right knee into your chest, keeping the breath a little longer, a little softer, a little smoother. And then plant that right foot flat once again. And this time on your inhale, reach both arms up and over as far as you want. Feel that stretch across your ribs, the lifting of your heart. And then exhale, feel that activating across your ribs. And maybe you'll exhale a little bit more. You'll feel your belly engage. Inhale, reaching up and over. Feel that expansiveness. And the exhale, feel that drawing together, that integrated assistance from your core, from your rib cage. 2 more. Now this time, when your arms come forward, draw your right knee into your chest. Use your hands to hold it. Give it a little squeeze. Inhale, foot flat, arms over. Exhale, this time the left knee into your chest. Inhale, foot flat, arms over. Exhale, right knee. Reach over. Inhale, left knee. Reach over. This time, 2 feet stay flat on the floor as the arms come back down to your sides. And take a breath. Hug both knees into your chest. Yeah, hug them both in, and if it is okay, you can rock side to side. Or maybe you're just enjoying being still and just feeling stuff. You know, a lot of times when you've been in pain for a while, it gets hard to feel anything but pain, especially in the places that have hurt. So yoga is a wonderful opportunity to return to a more accurate perception of the body, feeling all of the sensations, all of the movements. So the next time you're in the middle, if you were rocking side to side, just stay and hold lightly behind your thighs. And I'll ask you, would you like to challenge yourself a little bit by rocking a little head to tail? Notice how I bring my shins up to give me a little momentum. And maybe you think, that's not for me today, but maybe I'll try it another day. And if that's so, just rock to one side and help yourself up to a seated position. Otherwise, let's do 2 more, rocking head to tail. And this time when you come up, you're going to stay and swing your legs around behind you. However you got there, swing your legs around behind you and come to a tabletop position. So you're on all fours. If you've got a blanket there that you were using under your head, just slide that back now. Use your foot. And then on your inhale, take a cow pose. So you're going to lift your heart, widen your collarbones. And on your exhale, you're going to tuck and round. Draw your tail under, tuck your chin. Inhale, draw your heart forward, your tail back to offer. And exhale and round. Let's do 2 more. And I know this movement can be a little challenging if you're not used to it. So please just do the amount that works for you today. You can't train where I am or where you were 10 years ago. You can only work from where you are today. That's the best place. And the next time you've rounded that spine, you're going to stay. And walk your hands back towards your knees and tuck your 10 toes under. And then be courageous. Push into those hands. Press yourself back onto your feet. Keep walking your hands back to come to a fold. With your feet flat, your heels rooted down. And maybe your hands don't stay on the floor now. Maybe you need to have your hands on your shins. Probably need to have your knees a little bent. But my question for you is here, can you soften something? Maybe it's your inner ear, or the roof of your mouth. And then ragdoll up, rounding your back, keeping your head hanging until the very last moment when you come up to vertical. And stand nice and tall with your arms by your sides. And start to rock a little forward and back. So you're going to rock into your heels. You're going to rock into the balls of your feet. And you might notice that when I rock into the balls of my feet, I could press my hips forward. I could lift my heels. That's an option. But when I rock back, I don't have very many options because I don't have toes back there, right? I would like for you to see, though, if you can keep your heels on the ground even when you're rocking toward the balls of your feet. Now bring your hands to your heart. And the next time you rock back towards your heels, start to bend your knees a little bit, bringing your rear end back like a high squat. And then when you straighten your legs, rock back into the balls of your feet. Keep your heels on the floor, please. Maybe curl those toes under to catch you. And then when you rock back, you're going to sink your hips back a little bit. And you rock forward into the balls of your feet. And you feel that power in the quadriceps, in the fronts of the legs, right? And then as you rock back, you feel that power as well in the whole leg, maybe the calves. Rock forward. Grip with those toes if you like. Rock back. This time, stay back. And then bring your hands all the way down to the floor. Another forward fold. It's okay if your spine is a little rounded, if you prefer, or you can keep it a little bit longer by pressing your hands into your shins. It's totally up to you. Totally up to you. And then look forward on your inhale and bring your hands down to the floor and start to walk back out to that tabletop pose. Coming back to all fours. Now this time, inhale and lift your heart, lift your tail. Exhale, round your back, tuck. Now I'm going to add on, so bring your knees just a little bit wider. And when you inhale and lift your heart, reach your left arm out and up. So there's a cow spine and a twist. And then bring the hand back down and round your back and tuck. Okay, cow, the spine is the left arm reaches out and up, so it's the same arm each time. We're not alternating. And then bring the hand down and round. So for me, perfect is movement that is done mindfully and with a sense of ease and peace. It's not a deeper pose. It's not a harder pose. It's not a deeper stretch. It's movement done mindfully with a sense of ease, cultivating peace. And the next time that hand comes down and there's a roundness in your spine, you're going to walk your hands back towards your knees, tuck your 10 toes. Once again, be brave. Push down into your hands, rock back into your heels, coming to your forward fold. Rounded back is okay with me. Hands on shins with a longer spine is okay with me. And then begin to ragdoll, rising up, bringing your head to stack over the very top of your spine. As usual, adjust your clothing. And begin again to rock a little bit forward and back. Into the balls of the feet, into the heels. And notice how you have to activate your legs to rock forward. Maybe you feel the muscles around the knees engage. And when you rock back, maybe you feel a little bit more of your posterior. Yes? So it's not about doing it right or wrong. It's about feeling all the things, right? Restoring a more accurate sense of sensation to the self. Bring the hands to the heart. Next time you rock back, bring your butt back, sink back. Do your knees pop forward when you come back? It's okay. That's okay. Stand up, rock into the balls of the feet. But see if you can try to keep your knees back a little as you rock back, only because I think you'll feel better about your balance. And you'll be able to target more of your posterior. So here's a little more anterior targeting. And here with the heels down and the knees back is a little posterior targeting, especially as you rise, okay? Last time you come back, you sit back. Any amount is fine with me. And you slide down into that forward fold. You look forward on your inhale. Bring those hands down as you walk back out to your tabletop. Take a rounded spine cat. And then as you find that cow, let's sweep the right arm out and up to the sky. And then exhale, hand down back to the cat. Inhale for the cow and reach the arm. I know sometimes we like to skip the cow. We're like, oh no, I can just reach the arm. But I tell you, I do think you'll be more comfortable if you get a little bit of an arch in the spine to start. Because the spine doesn't twist as well in flexion. It's not bad for your spine to twist like that. It's just maybe not as efficient for you. 2 more. And remember, to do it perfectly, you will move mindfully. That's the definition of perfect here. Last time. Yeah, okay, so that hand comes down. We round the back, we tuck the toes, we walk the hands back, and come to that forward fold at the back of your mat. Ragdoll up. And stand up tall. This time, rock a little side to side. And as you rock side to side, notice how you feel the activation as it's transferred, right? So maybe one hip feels really firm and strong. And then the effort is transferred to the other hip, nice and firm and strong. Yeah. So the next time you've rocked to the left, just stay there for a moment. Start to make the right foot a little lighter on the floor. Just gaze out to the front of the mat. And then step that right foot forward and immediately lean into it. Oh, all that power in your right hip, right? Left foot gets lighter and lighter. Step it forward nice and slow and immediately lean into it. Power on that left side. Right foot steps to the top. Lean into it. Commit to that right foot. And then the left foot steps all the way to the top. Lean a little side to side. This time, when you lean to the right, lift your right arm up to the sky. And when you lean to the left, bring the right arm back down. Now, sky for you may be a little ambitious today. Maybe you're just going to try to reach the arm forward. That's okay with me. Again, you can't train where I am. You can only train where you are. Reaching up as you lean to the right. Leaning to the left to bring it down. This time, when you reach up with the right arm, you're leaning to the right. Let's stay. Bring the right arm forward and the left knee to lift. Maybe you only come up to your toes. And then lean to the left and reach the right arm back up. Reach the arm forward, left knee lifts. Maybe the foot leaves the floor. Reach the arm up, put the foot back down. 2 more. If you feel a little unsteady, of course, you can always have a chair nearby or a wall. That's okay. Okay, next time, right arm forward, left knee up. You stay. And then lean forward and step your left foot back, way back this time. Ground the heel. And then this right foot, just kind of scrunch it over to the right a little bit. So your feet are almost as wide as your mat. Arms are just going to rest by your sides. And lean into the right foot. And lean into the left foot, straightening that right knee. Lean into the right foot, bend the knee. Lean into the left foot, straighten the knee. Let's do a couple more. Is it okay for you to keep your torso pretty vertical? Right? So does a lean have to be leaning your chest? Or can it just be transferring the weight side to side? What do you think? And then the next time you've got that knee bent, let's square those hips forward to the front of the mat. And without very much movement at all, let's just work on that subtlety. Feel yourself leaning a little forward and back and side to side. That feels cool to notice that, right? Do you notice how much your left ankle is supporting you here? How strong your knee is? And how strong your hip is? Let's take one more breath. I know it gets a little harrowing. And then we're just going to fold forward and bring the 2 hands to the floor. You can tuck your back toes because you're actually going to bring your right knee back as well and just come to your tabletop. And this time your cow spine, your left arm reaches up just like we did before. And then instead of coming to cat, you're going to thread your left arm under. Turn your face to the right. Bring your left elbow down, maybe the side of your head to the floor. Push hard with that right arm to reach your left arm back out and up. Find that cow spine. And then once again, thread under. Land the elbow, the head, maybe the left shoulder. Push hard with your right hand to rise up. Feel that power in your right arm. One more. Feel that power in your right arm as you come all the way up. Good. And then you bring that left hand back down. Tuck your 10 toes and come back to down dog. Now, I'm not going to keep you for a long time in down dog, but I want for you, please, to see if you can. Don't worry about your form. Instead, try to find some peace. Try to find some peace here. And then please lean forward and walk your feet up towards your hands. Maybe only get halfway, and then your hands meet your feet at the middle of the mat. This time you're going to bring your hands to your shins, walk them up to your knees, and find a nice long spine. Breathe in and then exhale and fold. This time the arms reach out as you rise up. Stand up, maybe even look up. And then the arms come down to the sides. Now, if you didn't come up to the top of the mat, it's okay. Just walk up there now and start to lean your weight a little side to side. And this time when you lean to the left, we're going to reach that left arm up. Lean into both feet. Left arm comes down. So even weight. Left arm up as you lean left. Even weight as the arm comes down. Let's do one more like that. Reach up. Now this time, when the left arm comes up and you lean to the left, you're actually going to stay. Left arm reaches forward. Lift that right heel off the floor. Lift the knee. Maybe the toe stays down. That's all right. And then lean into both feet evenly to reach the left arm up. Lean forward. Maybe this time the toe leaves the floor. Could be an inch, could be a foot. And then both feet as the arm comes up. 2 more. Challenge yourself here. Challenge yourself, right? One thing I know from working with people who live with chronic pain, there's no path to healing chronic pain that doesn't involve challenging yourself. But we can't challenge ourselves too much. It's got to be just the right amount. So that's your job here. Find the right amount of challenge for you today. So let's stay here this time and then lean forward and step your right foot both wide and back. Ground your heel, arms by your sides, and creep your left foot over to the left so your feet are quite wide on your mat. And your heel can stay down because you're not so far away, right? You're in kind of a narrower stance. So bending the knee, lean into the left foot. And then straightening the left knee, lean into the right foot. Let's do a few more of those. And feel the power of those 2 legs. I wonder if you notice your core activating as you do this, right? You didn't have to tell it to do anything. It's sort of naturally organizing you. This really spontaneous intelligence that it has to keep you upright, even when you're leaning and a little asymmetrical. Okay, so the next time your knee is bent, it's about over the heel, you're going to stay. We'll keep the knee bent, but sort of surf a little bit. Just a little side to side, and just feel how your muscles hold and keep you here, how they maintain your balance. And if you're thinking, I'm not really sure about my balance, it's okay. Put a chair, put a wall right next to you. Good. Let's take one more breath. Just find stillness. And you might start to feel a little fatigued, right? That's okay. That's part of getting stronger. On your next out breath, your hands come down. Just tuck your back toes so you can come back to both knees. And with a cow spine, reach that right arm up and then thread it under. Land your shoulder, elbow, temple. Inhale, cow the spine, reach up. Exhale, thread under. 2 more. Last one. Threading under. And then this time your right hand comes flat to the floor. You're taking your tabletop. You're tucking 10 toes. Be brave. This time, power. Push back. Power doesn't mean stiffness. Power is responsive. Be powerful here in your down dog. But at the same time, can you be peaceful? What's one thing you could do right now to be more peaceful? On your inhale, you look forward. And on your exhale, you walk your feet up to the top of the mat, or you walk your feet up as far as they want to go, and then follow up with your hands, folding. And then take your half lift, hands to shins, gazing forward. Exhale, fold. And then strong legs, powerful legs. Reach the arms out. Push down with the feet. Rise up. Stand up. Maybe look up. And then arms come down to your sides. This time on your in-breath, both arms reach up. And on your out-breath, both arms come down. Inhale, both arms reach up. Exhale, both arms come down. This time, both arms come up, breathe in, lean right. Reach the arms forward as the left knee comes up, any amount. And then lean into both feet, reach the arms up. Same thing, lean to the right, left knee comes up. Lean into both feet, arms come up. Arms forward, lean right, left knee comes up. This time, can you stay? And then bring that left foot back down, reach the arms up, lean back into your heels for your chair pose. So strong, so powerful. One more breath. Bring your hands to your heart and lean right and left. Next time you lean to the right, step your left foot back, coming to that Virabhadrasana 1 position. Noodle around, maybe widen those feet a little. Find that power, that strength. Reach the 2 arms to the sky. How is it possible for you to feel both power, but also peace? What's one thing that you could do to feel more powerful right here? What's one thing that you could do to feel a little more peaceful? And then 2 hands come back down to the floor, coming back to both knees. Cow the spine, reach that left arm up and just hold in your tabletop twist. Breathe. Feel all of those sensations. A whole kaleidoscope of ways to feel, not just pain. And then thread this left arm under, coming down to the elbow and then the temple. Listen, keep your right elbow up, your right hand flat. As you push down into that right hand, reach your left arm forward and then your right leg back for your spinal balance. And then plant your right knee, thread your left arm under again for that twisted tabletop. And then can you lift your knee and your left arm at the same time as you come back to spinal balance? And can you hold on 2 limbs for as long as possible before you return to the twist? It's up to you. It's up to you. The timing is all you. Come back into your spinal balance. Maybe you do it 1 limb at a time, or you do it from your right hand and your left knee. And then thread under. Last time. Thread under. Oh. Reach through, spinal balance. And then hand down, knee down, tuck toes. Powerfully press back to down dog. You're strong, but also peaceful. Look forward and walk your way up to the top. Fold at the top. Hands to your shins, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Reach the arms out. Use those powerful legs to rise up, stand up, look up. And then the arms return to your sides. And try to stand evenly on both feet. Once again, on your inhale, 2 arms reach up. Exhale, 2 arms come down. And I know maybe reaching the arms up for you is not great. So how's about you just reach up halfway or 3/4 of the way? Or what if you try a different way of reaching? Instead of your palms facing forward, maybe they turn in. Try something different. Feel something different. This time, arms reach up, lean left. Arms reach down, 2 feet are even on the floor. Arms up, lean left. Arms down, 2 feet even. This time, arms up, lean left, stay here. Arms forward, maybe that right knee lifts all the way up, or maybe you just lift up to the toe. And then even in both feet, reach those arms up. Here we go, 3. Be bold. Be courageous. But just the right amount. Just the right amount. Okay, this time, arms forward, knees up, hold, hold. And then place that foot down, lean into your heels, reach your rear and back and your arms up, Utkatasana. It's not easy. Let's hold for just one more breath in our Utkatasana. And then reach those arms forward, lean to your left. And step your right foot back, nice and wide. Maybe scrunch that left foot over to the left. 2 arms reach to the sky. And even here, there's movement. It's not perfectly still. Maybe you'll noodle around and find just the right place for you, especially if you have discomfort. Maybe there's something better for you when you open up a little bit to all the different sensations. And then 2 hands come down. All the way to the floor. We'll come back to the hands and the knees. And this time, the right arm sweeps up. Find that cow-shaped spine. And then thread under. Landing that right elbow. Right arm sweeps up, reaching to the sky. This time, hold. This time, just hold. Feel all of the sensations. Feel how it gets tired. Feel how it's difficult, but you're powerful. And then thread that right arm under. Landing the temple just briefly. Push hard into the left hand. Reach the right arm forward. Hold. And then send your left leg back. Left knee down. Thread the right arm under. Okay, so here's where your challenge is, yogi. Maybe this time, the knee and the arm reach at once as you rise up. And to come back down, you stay balanced on your left hand and right knee for as long as possible. Okay, right arm, left leg, in your own sequence. Maybe it's at the same time, maybe not. And then thread under. Here's 2. And here's 1. Reaching that right arm forward, left leg back. Powerful. Peaceful. And then plant both the hand and the knee. Bring your knees a little bit wider apart and your big toes together. And draw your hips back towards your heels just until you're comfortable. There's no need to push into pain, but it's possible that it might be a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. Now, maybe this is as far as you go. You're going to stay up a little higher, and in that case, you'll just stack up your fists so you can rest your forehead. Or maybe you can just stack your hands and come down a little lower. Or it's possible that having your arms stretched out in front of you and your forehead on the floor is fine for you. People come in all different shapes and sizes and ranges of motion.
And just because you can't get your butt all the way back to your heels doesn't mean that you can't do a child's pose. Remember, you're strong and powerful. But you have to train where you are today. You'll plant your two hands flat. You'll come back up first to tabletop and then swing your legs around in front of you and roll back down onto your back. Let your head rest on that blanket. Bring your feet flat and as wide as your mat, and your arms out to the sides. And windshield wiper both knees over to the left. So keep your feet wide, just windshield wiper, and let that right hip leave the floor. So you get a little stretch on your right thigh. And then come right back up to center. And do the same thing on the other side. Just gently rocking your hips side to side. Thighs lead the way. Noticing all of the sensations. And see if you can also notice your breath here. Let's take one more side to side. And the next time your two knees are pointed up, send your legs out long on your mat. Find a comfortable position to rest your arms. And then one more time, pay attention to your breath. And see if anything has changed since the very first time you noticed your breath here, when you first arrived in your practice. Or has everything stayed exactly the same? Yogi, I invite you to remain in your Shavasana for as long as you're able today. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.